I was all alone. It was the end of the line. 800 feet down to the ocean in front of me, towering King Kong-sized Sitka spruce behind me, and then I heard it. Deep breathing, and it sounded large, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. One thing I've learned out here in the wild is some of the most meaningful moments arrive disguised as something entirely different. Life-changing moments, not postcard views, those deeper experiences that really land. Not because the mountains have changed, because we did. We got faster, louder, more distracted, more comfortable, and honestly, more crowded. So I'm out here trying to see what can be done about that. Ocean to Ice, or OTI, is a 6-month, 1,000-mile backpacking expedition through the Pacific Northwest and Canadian Rockies, used as a living laboratory. I'm basing out of my van, the Silver Sasquatch, between sections and sharing notes from the trail. After crossing Bridge of the Gods to officially start Ocean to Ice, I headed west to the Pacific coast. Multnomah Falls, Indian Beach, fog, sea stacks, all kinds of wild stuff. And somewhere along the way, I started to notice something. Cape Lookout, a narrow forested peninsula stretching farther and farther into the Pacific Ocean. Water on both sides. If you've never been there, the trail feels less like a hike to a viewpoint and more like slowly walking off the edge of the continent. The further out I walked, the quieter everything became. Just wind through the trees, waves below the cliffs, and that strange feeling you sometimes get in wild places, like something is nearby. Then, it was the end of the line where the next step would take me over the edge and 800 feet into the sea. I was standing right there on a precipitous rock ledge, looking at the view. What was that heavy breathing sound? It was coming from more than one place. For a few seconds, I became completely convinced a group of Sasquatch was hunting me down. And I looked into the trees first. Nothing. Then out to sea, and I saw something. The surface of the water broke, and spray filled the air like a Yellowstone geyser. Whales. There were whales, and there were lots of them. Gray whales with beautiful, dark, mottled skin and white speckles on their spring migration north. So I watched, in awe. It was one of those deeper moments. Yeah, the Oregon coast, it's provided more meaningful moments than I anticipated. More awe, more beauty, more things that feel quietly arranged, and more rain. One thing I'm beginning to notice out here is that many of those deeper moments seem to involve animals. Not dramatic encounters, not wrestling grizzly bears in the wilderness or anything. Just quietly walking, respecting their space, paying attention long enough to momentarily step out of our world and into theirs. And in those moments, something shifts. The noise in your head softens, time slows down, the world feels more alive, more connected, more reverent, and almost like creation itself is trying to pull you back into something that you forgot was there. A lot of trees. Trees and Sasquatches and slugs and stuff. Okay, well that just happened. Bald eagle going by for another round. Yeah, and the animals, they helped me to see something important out here. The animals have already added a lot to ocean to ice. And something tells me there are many more moments like this to come. Pack's on. Let's see what's still out there. You said get to this parking lot early or it might be full. So yeah, this is what we're facing today.